I wasn't the jealous type. At least, I thought I wasn't. When Jenna said she was going on a weekend trip with her college friends, wine, lake house, no phones, I told her to go. Have fun. Recharge. She'd earned it. We'd been dating 2 years. Living together for 1. She kissed me like normal that Friday morning, tossed her duffel in her friend Rachel's car, and gave me that smile she used when she knew I'd be waiting. I'll call when we get there, she said. The first night, she did. She FaceTimed me in the kitchen of the Airbnb. Bottle of wine already open. Everyone laughing in the background. She blew me a kiss and said, "I miss you already." I smiled. Believed her. That was mistake number 1. The second night, she texted late, maybe midnight. Truth or dare with the girls. We're 17 again, lol. Miss your face. I sent back a winking emoji and said, "Don't get too wild." She replied, "Never without you." I put my phone down and went to bed. And slept like an idiot. The next morning, I woke up to 3 things. A missed call from my friend James. A text from an unknown number, "You should see this." A video. In it, Jenna, sitting on a couch in her pajamas. Laughing. Holding a drink. Then leaning over and kissing some guy full on the mouth, in front of everyone. And the voice behind the camera? Rachel. I watched the video 3 times. The first time, I thought it was a mistake. Maybe a dare. A joke. Something meaningless. The second time, I listened closer. The cheers in the background. The way she smiled after. The way she didn't look guilty. The third time? I noticed Rachel's voice behind the camera, egging her on. "Hoo-hoo. Jenna, you dog. He's gonna be so mad." And Jenna's reply? "Only if he finds out." Then laughter. Like it was funny. Like I was the punchline. I called her. No answer. Tried again. Straight to voicemail. So I did something I hadn't done in 2 years. I DM'd Rachel. "Why'd you send me that?" She replied almost instantly. "You deserve to know." Something about that rubbed me wrong. Not the message. The speed. The certainty. Like she'd been waiting for me to ask. That night, Jenna finally called. Sounding tired. Casual. "Hey, babe. Sorry, signal's been trash. Everything okay?" I swallowed the heat in my throat. "Who was the guy?" Silence. "What are you talking about?" "The video, Jenna. The one where you kiss some random dude while your friend records it." She paused. Then laughed. "Oh my God. Seriously? It was a game. Truth or dare. Stupid party stuff. You told them only if he finds out." "Yeah, because they were teasing me." "I didn't mean it. It was nothing." She was trying to talk her way out of it, same voice she used when she'd lose her keys and blame me. But I wasn't listening anymore. I was staring at the text from Rachel. The one that said, "You deserve to know." Because the more I thought about it, the more I realized. Rachel didn't send that out of guilt. She sent it out of opportunity. Later that night, Rachel messaged me again. "Wanna talk? Just us? There's more you don't know." And before I could even respond, she added, "I've wanted to tell you for months. She doesn't deserve you." We met at a diner halfway between her place and mine. Neutral territory. I told myself it wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about Jenna. It was about answers. But when Rachel walked in, tight jeans, low-cut sweater, no apology in her posture, I felt something in my chest twist. She hugged me like she wasn't the reason my stomach had been in knots for 24 hours. "I'm really sorry you saw that," she said. "But you needed to." We slid into a booth. She ordered black coffee. I didn't order anything. How long's it been going on? I asked. She blinked. You think this is new? God, no. That wasn't the first guy. Not even close. She looked around, leaned in. There was the bartender at Katie's birthday last year. The coworker from her old job, you remember when she used to stay late? Yeah. That too. My hands curled into fists beneath the table. Why are you telling me this now? Because you're not stupid, and you deserve someone who doesn't treat you like a doormat. I should have been grateful. But something about the way she said it, too smooth. Too intentional. Like she'd waited for this. Not out of kindness. Out of timing. I asked for details. She gave me names, dates, places. Almost too easily. And then, as we were standing up to leave, she touched my hand and said, I know it's soon. But when you're ready to be with someone honest. I'm here. Later that night, I found an old group photo from Jenna's college days. The guy she kissed in the video? Rachel's ex. And suddenly it hit me. This wasn't about justice. It was about payback. That photo changed everything. It was from spring break 2 years ago, before Jenna and I even met. A bunch of them standing in front of a beach house. Rachel. Jenna. The guy from the video. Arm around Rachel's waist. I scrolled through Rachel's old Instagram, and there he was again. Tagged. Smiling. Kissing her on New Year's Eve, 2019. His name was Ethan. The guy Jenna kissed during Truth or Dare. The guy Rachel had conveniently forgotten to mention in her exposé of Jenna's sins. I started putting pieces together. Rachel had every opportunity to stop that kiss. She was holding the phone. She was narrating it like a documentary. She even encouraged it. Oh, Jenna. But her voice wasn't angry. It was gleeful. Because Ethan didn't just show up at that girl's trip. Rachel invited him. I called her. She didn't answer. I texted. Ethan was yours, wasn't he? She left it on read. And then blocked me. So I went to Jenna instead. I knocked on her door. No warning. No filter. She looked like hell, puffy eyes, flannel shirt, hair in a bun. Why did you kiss him? She didn't lie. Didn't even try. I was drunk. Rachel dared me. I didn't think it would matter. Did you know they used to date? Her face went pale. No. I swear to God, no. She never said anything. I believed her. For the first time in days, I actually believed her. Because she looked betrayed too. And suddenly I realized. Rachel had set us both up. Before I left, Jenna hesitated. There's something else, she said. I didn't want to tell you unless I had to. She opened her phone, pulled up a voicemail. It was Rachel's voice, from a week before the trip. You're gonna do what I said, right? Just one little kiss. It'll be perfect. I'll make sure he finds out. You'll finally be free of him. Jenna looked up at me, trembling. I think she wanted us to break up. But I think she wanted you more than she hated me. That voicemail haunted me. Not just because of what it said, but because of how casually she said it. Like she was placing a takeout order. Just one little kiss. Not break his heart. Not ruin their relationship. Just free him. Free him, for her. I started thinking back on everything, every moment Rachel had been in our lives, in our apartment, in my inbox. She was always just around. Dropping by with wine. Offering friendly advice about how Jenna didn't appreciate me. Once, even joking. If she ever messes up, you know where to find me. I laughed then. I wasn't laughing now. Jenna told me Rachel had always had control issues. Friendships weren't friendships, they were positions of power. She loved being the glue between everyone. And if she couldn't have you, She'd rather break you than leave you whole. So why confess now? Why send me the video, expose the kiss, drop a bomb that destroyed 2 people? Because Rachel knew something we didn't. Once you see someone betray you, even by mistake, you can't unsee it. She didn't need to seduce me. She just needed to separate us long enough for doubt to do the rest. And it was working. Even though Jenna apologized. Even though Rachel was clearly manipulative. A part of me still couldn't forget the image. Jenna. Laughing. Lips on another man. Truth or dare didn't matter. It was truth, now. That night, I got another message. Burner number. No name. Just a photo of Rachel. In her bedroom. Wearing my hoodie. And a text. You already looked better on me anyway. She wasn't done. Not even close. I stared at the photo on my phone for a long time. Rachel. Wearing my hoodie, the gray one Jenna always stole. Legs crossed. Eyes on the camera. Smirk like she'd already won. No caption. No apology. Just possession. Jenna was asleep in the other room. She'd cried herself there, broken open from everything she'd admitted, and everything she hadn't known. And now Rachel was stepping in with surgical precision. I texted back. Where did you get that? No reply. I dug through my closet. The hoodie was gone. Not borrowed. Not misplaced. Gone. I hadn't seen Rachel in over a week. Not in person, anyway. Which meant she'd been inside my place without me knowing. And the sickest part? She didn't even try to hide it. This wasn't about flirting anymore. This was about claiming. I checked my front door lock, the keypad system Jenna had set up last year. I pulled the access logs. And there it was. 4 days ago. 3:12 a.m. User, guest 2, the one Rachel had used the night she house sat for us. We never deleted her access code. I changed the locks that night. All of them. And I messaged Jenna the next morning. She was in our house. Jenna didn't even ask how I knew. She just texted back. I believe you. I'm sorry. I'll call the locksmith. Later that week, Jenna came home with a cardboard box. She handed it to me wordlessly. Inside were printed screenshots. Emails. Photos. Every time Rachel had messaged her over the past year, dozens of them. Advice. Complaints. Manipulations. In one email, dated months ago. Subject, you deserve better. From Rachel. To Jenna. I don't know why you put up with him. Honestly, if I were you, I'd cheat just to feel something again. Not that you haven't thought about it. The email sat in my hands like it was vibrating. That one sentence. If I were you, I'd cheat just to feel something again. Not advice. Not even temptation. It was a dare. And knowing what happened next, the kiss, the video, the guilt, it all felt like part of a slow-moving ambush. Rachel had scripted it. Word by word. Choice by choice. Jenna sat across from me, face pale, waiting for me to ask. Why didn't you show me these earlier? Because I knew how it would sound, she said. I knew how it would look. You wouldn't believe me, you'd think I was deflecting. And now? She looked up. Now I don't care if you believe me. I just want her out of our lives. I believed her. But belief didn't erase the bruise Rachel had left behind. Because I had seen the kiss. I had felt the silence. And worse, I had wavered. That's what Rachel wanted. Not to steal me. To poison me. I started noticing how long it had gone on. Rachel comforting me the day Jenna first stayed late at work. Rachel calling me to vent about Jenna's selfishness. Rachel dropping lines like, if you ever wonder what it's like with someone who actually listens. It wasn't just sabotage. It was psychological warfare. And the kicker? She didn't want me happy. She wanted me grateful to her for ending my happiness. That night, I got one final text from Rachel. You think she's clean now? Ask her who else she kissed that night. The video was just what I wanted you to see. I didn't sleep. Because I didn't know what scared me more. That Rachel was lying. Or that she wasn't. I asked Jenna the next morning, straight out. Was there more? She froze. Coffee halfway to her lips. Eyes flicking to the table like it could save her. More what? Rachel said you kissed someone else. That night. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. I didn't push. I just waited. Because sometimes silence tells you more than a confession ever could. She finally answered. Yes. My chest tightened. Who? It didn't mean anything. It was after the dare. I was drunk and stupid in. Who? She swallowed. Rachel. I blinked. Wait. Rachel? You kissed Rachel? She nodded. No drama. No tears. Just truth. She dared me to. Everyone cheered. It was supposed to be funny. She made it feel normal. And I didn't stop it. The world tilted. Not because I was jealous. Not because it was another person. But because the trap had a second layer. Rachel wasn't just trying to break us up. She wanted to prove that Jenna wasn't who I thought she was. She engineered the betrayal, then participated in it. So she could hold it over both of us. Did you like it? I asked. She looked me in the eye. No. That's the worst part. I didn't even like it, I just didn't know how to say no. She made me feel like I owed her something. I could see it, the guilt, the self-loathing. Not from the kiss. From the control. Rachel was in her head the way she'd gotten into mine. Later that day, I checked Rachel's socials, and found a post I'd missed. A photo from the trip. Jenna and Rachel. Arms around each other. Captioned. The things we do for freedom. Kiss mark. And the first comment? From Ethan. Just a single word. Perfect. It was almost poetic. Rachel had played both of us, pushed buttons she'd spent years learning. She knew our flaws better than we did. Jenna's people-pleasing. My ego. Our shared unwillingness to confront hard truths. We weren't just her targets. We were her puppets. I thought back on every innocent moment. The wine night Rachel planned after Jenna's first big fight with me. The accidental sleepover where she got Jenna drunk and whispered old memories in her ear. The way she'd always hug me just a second too long. I'd laughed it off. Said she was just flirty. Said Jenna was paranoid. Said Rachel was harmless. No one that patient is harmless. Jenna and I sat in silence that night. Same couch. Opposite ends. We weren't mad at each other anymore. We were raw. Like two people waking up in the wreckage of a house neither of us remembered building. Do you think she loved you? Jenna asked. I didn't answer right away. Because I wasn't sure. Rachel didn't seem like the type to love. She collected people. Used them like trophies. Like proof of her influence. But if she loved anything? It was the control. I think she loved winning, I finally said. Jenna nodded. Yeah. That sounds about right. The next day, Rachel posted a new Instagram story. A photo of Jenna and me, from our vacation last summer. Zoomed in on our intertwined hands. Caption. 1 year ago today. Funny how things rot when you leave them alone too long. It wasn't just a message. It was a warning. She wasn't finished. Jenna blocked Rachel on everything. I did too. It felt like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. But for a few weeks, it worked. We cooked dinner together again. Watched shows on the couch. Tried to smile without it feeling like lying. We didn't talk about the kiss, or the dare, or the video. Because talking meant reopening the cut. And it was still too raw. Then the comments started showing up. Anonymous Reddit accounts. Private messages on Jenna's fitness profile. A tweet that said, "Funny how loyalty is a performance until it's not." All of them vague. None of them with names. But each one with just enough detail to sting. Jenna cried the night someone sent her a screenshot of her in the background of Rachel's lake house video, a different angle. One she'd never seen before. "She's still watching me," she whispered. "No," I said. "She's trying to make you think she is." But I didn't believe my own words. Because Rachel didn't need a camera anymore. She had already taken root in our trust, our doubts, our memory. She'd become a ghost we couldn't exorcise. We talked about breaking up. Not because we didn't care. Because caring was starting to look like weakness. Like giving her more ammo. If we split, she wins, I told Jenna. If we stay, she still wins, she said back. Because we'll never stop looking over our shoulders. We sat in silence for a long time. And then, without planning it, she reached across the table and held my hand. That night, a package showed up on our doorstep. No return label. Inside. A printed photo album. All selfies. Every one of Rachel and Jenna, over the years. Parties, sleepovers, trips. And at the back? A page Jenna had never seen. Rachel's handwriting. "The truth is, I never wanted to hurt you. I just needed you to know you were mine first." Jenna didn't say anything for almost 5 minutes. She just stared at that last page. That one handwritten line. "You were mine first. Not we were friends. Not I miss you. Mine." I flipped through the album again. The early photos were harmless. 2 girls in tank tops, heads pressed together, drink cups raised. College. Concerts. Beaches. Road trips. Rachel always closer. Always touching her, shoulder, waist, cheek. Like she was claiming space. And Jenna? Always smiling. I didn't know what disturbed me more, Rachel's obsession, or Jenna's obliviousness. "Did you ever feel something?" I asked carefully. Jenna didn't look at me. "No. I mean, not like that. I loved her, sure. But not the way she wanted. And you never saw it." She closed the album. "I saw it. I just didn't want to believe it." There it was. Rachel had loved Jenna in the darkest, stickiest way possible. Not romantic. Not sexual. Possessive. And when Jenna chose me, that was the beginning of the end. I checked the delivery label. No tracking number. No postage. Someone dropped it off in person. She'd been here. Again. "We need to go to the police," I said. "And say what?" Jenna asked. "That my ex-friend gave me memories I didn't ask for." She wasn't being sarcastic. She was being honest. There was no crime in nostalgia. I flipped to the inside cover again. Something caught my eye. Taped beneath the cover lining, a second envelope. Inside, a letter. One line handwritten. Page 3. "You never noticed what I did with the wine." Page 3? I turned to it. Lake trip. Jenna drinking straight from the bottle, laughing. Rachel's hand blurred in the frame, right next to the bottle's neck. I looked at Jenna. "Did you feel weird that night?" She nodded slowly. "I thought I just drank too much." My blood ran cold. Only in intent. We stared at the photo on page 3. That moment, carefree, glowing, it had been one of Jenna's favorite memories. She told me that night was the first time she felt alive again after months of burnout. Now, under the weight of Rachel's note, it looked like a crime scene. Her blurred hand. The wine bottle. The angle. It wasn't photographic noise. It was a breadcrumb. One she left on purpose. You think she drugged me? Jenna asked, voice barely a whisper. I didn't answer. Because the question wasn't if. It was why. Rachel had always been in control. But this? This went past games. Past revenge. This was revisionism. Changing history by altering memory. Jenna didn't even remember how that night ended. She just remembered waking up with Rachel curled next to her. I asked her once, Jenna said slowly, if anything weird happened that night. She told me I cried in my sleep. That's all. She was shaking now. What if that wasn't true? What if something did happen? The album had gone from sentimental to sinister. Every photo was a stitch in a dress sewn without consent. Rachel didn't just document moments. She curated them. Controlled what Jenna remembered. And what she didn't. We didn't go to the police. Not because we didn't want to, but because there was no proof. No bottle. No footage. Only a photo and a sentence written in ink. And maybe that was the final move. Rachel knew we couldn't do anything. And that power? It was the last thread she needed to hold on to us. We burned the album the next day. In a fire pit behind my apartment. Jenna didn't say a word as she dropped it in, page by page. She watched the pages curl, blister, blacken. The smoke stung her eyes, or maybe that was something else. She moved out a week later. Not because we stopped loving each other. Because we couldn't look at each other without seeing her. And we knew that was Rachel's final victory. 6 months later, I got a friend request. Blank profile. No name. No picture. Just one message. Funny how truth or dare started it all. But you never dared to ask the real question. Why did she play along? My blood ran cold. Because I hadn't told anyone about the dare. Not even my therapist. Rachel was still out there. Watching. And worse? She still thought the game wasn't over.